This meeting is being recorded.
So, as we discussed last time, as the embodied soul continuously passes in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. See, for example, when you are 3 years old, you are the same body. When you are 6 years old, you are the same body. When you are 10 years old, you are the same body. Right? And when you are 40 years old, you are the same body. Is it the same body? No, the body has actually changed when you are 40 years old. So some new cells have come and the old cells have died. But what is same is the person within the body. It's called the soul. So that is the message of the Bhagavad Gita in chapter 13. So when we die or when we leave the body is the right term. Then we go on to the next body. The next body is not guaranteed to be human. We could take the birth in a body of an ant, body of a fish, body of a monkey, body of a cobra, snake, like that. But when we get the human form of body, the responsibility is higher in the human form of body. So it is important that we honor the human form of body, because here you can do tapasya, here you could do fasting, here you can do chanting of God's names. So that actually takes us.
Hello?
Yeah, Deepesh, I can hear you. Let's continue.
Sorry.
So we covered this last week as well. The gradual progression of the body. The body is growing in that new cells are being formed. But at the point of death, the body cannot sustain very long. When the soul is there, the body will keep running. But after just a few hours, the body starts stinking. Now we have to bury it or burn it. So that is an important point that we need to understand. At the point of death, yeah, go ahead. What is the question?
But then it will decay, won't it? So what's the point of burning it? But then it will just decay.
Right? When it decays, it will start stinking. So the body will start stinking. So therefore, we need to bury the body or burn it. It will decay.
Oh.
Within a few days, it will decay, but it will give bad smell. So that's why they burn it or they bury it. In the Hindu tradition, they burn it. And in the Christian and Muslim tradition, they bury it. And the Jewish tradition also. So this is the important point for us to understand, that we have to take care of the soul while it is there in the body. Otherwise, once the soul leaves, the body has no meaning. So we go through childhood, we go through youth, we go through old age, and by direct perception, we know we are not the body.
Sir, my question, I forgot what's the meaning of soul.
Soul is something that is there in the body. Soul is very tiny, right? It is the tip of 1/10,000, the tip of a human hair. So if you take the tip of a human hair, divided it by 100 parts, take one part, again divide it by 100 parts, then that is called the soul. So that is there. It's just like when you have a racing car, toy racing car, you put a battery, right? After racing for 5 hours, the battery is exhausted. Now the car will stop. You recharge the battery or put in new battery, again the race car will start going, right? So this soul is a battery in your body, and it will run for 60, 70, 80 years, right? We normally, people around us live for like 70, 80 years. So how is this little battery in your body is running the soul for 70, 80 years? Right? So that is how you need to understand that the soul is very, very superior to the body. Right? Does this answer your question?
Yeah.
So body is changing, right? So we see that you have younger brothers and sisters, they are smaller. You are a little higher. Your parents are even taller than you. But then they don't keep on growing. At some point, they will stop growing. At that point, the body is becoming weak, right? You'll see gray hair, people are growing old, and then they become very old, and then they die. But the soul doesn't die. You see the spark starts even before the body comes out of the mother's body, right? From mother's womb. So mother gives birth to the baby. So then the soul is the same, the body is growing once it comes out. So the key point is body is changing, but the person remains the same. So there are 6 kinds of transformations. One is called taking birth. Second is called growing. Third is called staying. So you stay in one place, you don't grow further. Then you produce some kids, right? So offspring means you produce some kids. And then,
Like
huh?
like in hereditary offspring.
Yeah, hereditary. Yeah. So basically, everybody has babies, right? Cats have babies, dogs have babies, humans have babies.
Like our hair color, our parents' offsprings, and that's going to be inherited.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't worry so much about hereditary. I'm talking about not the science of body, but science of the soul, right? Because the body is going to dwindle, and then finally, body is going to die, right? But the soul doesn't die. The soul goes into a different body at the point of death. So when we die, we go. I mean, right now you're all young people, so you don't know what death means. You have about 70, 80 years on the planet. But if you look at your grandfather, great grandfather, they are closer to death, right? So if you see their bodies shrinking, and then at some point they actually leave their body. The soul leaves the body. So just like, if somebody mixes poison in 1 cup, and then the 4 cups are there, they do eeny, miny, miny, mo, and then one of the 4 people start drinking that tea, then how do you know which cup had the tea with the poison? I mean,
This one, because it has the skull on it.
no, like basically there are 4 cups. 1 cup has poison, that the remaining 3 doesn't have. And then you give it to 4 people. How do you know which cup has poison? Of course, not dangerous poison. It will only make you faint. It will not kill you. So how do you know which cup had poison?
I can look at the tea and there's a skull on it.
No. When one of the person faints, you know that the cup that had the poison was taken by that person, right? The remaining 3 people didn't faint. Only 1 person fainted. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So you know that that particular cup has poison. So how do you know that? That's called by symptom. When somebody fainted, by the symptom means that it's showing something external, so you can see.
Like COVID-19, like having a cough and, like having that gooiness in your nose and
Yeah, something like
be sick. Yeah.
something like that. So what happened to your younger brother Dipesh? Is he not here?
No, he just now wants to join.
Okay. So can you see the sun? We cannot see the sun on a cloudy day, but you know the sun exists. Sun didn't vanish because you see some light coming from the sides of the clouds, right?
The sun didn't vanish. If it did, then the whole earth is gonna freeze up.
No, that is fine. But I'm talking about how to understand the soul. You cannot see the soul, but you can see the soul through the symptoms. Just like you can see the poison through the symptoms of somebody has, taken that coffee or tea, or you can see the symptoms of sun's existence by the light that is coming around the clouds. Similarly, when you see the light, you say that sun exists. Similarly, how do you see the soul? By its symptoms, right? When there is a soul in the body, you can talk and walk and see. But when there is no soul in the body, you cannot talk, you cannot walk, you cannot see. You're pretty much
like last week, the
Mm.
robot does not have any soul.
Correct. We are coming to that robot, right? So Lord Krishna tells us how to see the soul. We can see the soul by the symptoms. So what are the symptoms? One is
Con-
you feel, you will, and you think. A dead body cannot
Isn't
a dead body cannot feel, a dead body cannot will, right? Do you know a dead body
it
can
just
think or feel?
it will just decay, or we just burn it or do something.
Exactly. So how do you know the soul exists? Because you can think you have a soul. Because you can feel
The
you have a
soul
soul.
is also in your brain too.
Right. So because you can will, you have a soul. If you cannot will, then you will not. I mean, if you don't have a soul, you cannot will. Can you? Like you chose to come to
No.
this class, right? You could have been playing outside
Yeah.
in a ballpark. You could play basketball, cricket, whatever. But you said, oh, let me go to the Bhagavad Gita class. So you willed. Means you said, I will go to Bhagavad Gita class. So a dead body cannot do that. Why? Because the dead body does not have soul. So these three things are measures of consciousness, right? So these three things are measures of consciousness.
People usually say that soul is just like part of a great sand.
Sorry, soul is what?
A grain of sand.
No, it is much smaller than grain of sand. When you go to high school, you will
Wow.
go through what is known as a microscope. So soul is microscopic. You cannot see it with the naked eye. You cannot see with this eye here. You need to have a microscope. After this class, you can go Google what a microscope is, and then it will tell you what it is. So soul
I
is
know what is a
microscopic.
microscope.
Okay, a soul is microscopic. Okay. So Anvi, were you here in the class last week?
Me?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I just went.
Good.
I don't know what's that sound. Awareness.
Awareness. So you are aware of your surroundings. You know what is going around you. That's because you have
Like-
consciousness. Without
Like-
consciousness, you cannot be aware.
Yeah.
Okay. And then comes the soul. So when there is consciousness, there is the soul. We covered this last week. A robot
Yes.
can move, a robot can see, a robot can speak, a robot can memorize,
But it
and
has no soul.
a robot can respond.
But it has no soul.
But it has no soul.
Soul.
Yes, it has no soul. So now, robot does not have emotions. Robot
Because
does
of the
not have
soul.
experience, does not have desire. A robot will not say, oh, there is this Toyota factory in Frisco. I'll stop working there and I'll go to the Honda factory in Alabama. Right? A robot cannot do that.
Because it's been programmed.
It's only
'Cause-
programmed. It does not have a soul. Or
Any
emotion.
soul.
Mhm.
No concussions.
Yeah, that's because there is no soul.
Soul.
So now let's see what Lord Krishna says. That which pervades means that which covers entire body. You should know to be indestructible, that cannot be destroyed. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul. So no one can kill a soul. For example, if a building is burnt and one person dies in that building, they get burnt. What happened to the soul?
It's still there. It can't just get out of their body.
No, it got out of the body because body can no
But
longer
then-
support. Body is burnt.
But then it's basically a spirit, like basically kind of like a ghost thing when like people are dying. Like
Yeah.
they get a
Some people become ghosts, not all of them. Some people will die immediately and go to hell. Some people will go to heaven. And some people will be liberated. So they'll go back to Krishna and play with him in the spiritual world. So
Yeah,
not everybody will go to same destination. One has to properly invest the time and energy to understand God and get liberated. Liberated means now you are not going to take birth again.
like the movie Coco, like people become bones. And
Yeah,
they
something
can
like
get
that.
out of it, for example.
Or like the movie Matrix, right? In Matrix,
Yeah.
people are put in
Yeah, yeah,
suspension, they go somewhere else. So it is similar to that. When we die, we can either go to hell or heaven or get into a cat's body or a dog's body. So who wants to be a cat or a dog in the next life?
Me, I want to be a dog.
You want to be a dog? Really? Okay.
Cause
So
I
why?
love dogs.
Yeah, you love dogs, but dogs are not treated well, especially if you are born in India, people take a stick and beat it. Chal hut.
True,
They'll
true.
beat it. Tuck, 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 like that. In America,
True,
they
true,
treat dogs
true.
nicely. So don't want to be
They,
a dog or a cat. You have to come back as a human being.
yeah, like in the little movie, some they switch bodies. Like they switch bodies.
Yeah, switching bodies is more like very dangerous stuff, right? So one soul goes into the next
It's
body,
like
soul comes into this body.
it's
That's not
it's
very good.
basically it's basically trading souls.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing. You want to come back into the human body again next lifetime. Because if you become a cat or a dog, people may treat you well or may not treat you well. Right? So soul never dies.
But
This is the point you have to understand. Okay, so the soul can be in a fish body, cockroach, tree,
a
bird,
German Shepherd,
yeah, German Shepherd.
a
What is your
crocodile,
question,
zebra.
Aishwarya?
By the way, my name is not Aishwarya. My name is Durga. And if you are a fish, but there's no one controlling you.
Oh yeah,
If
fish.
you
A fisherman
like-
comes with a big net and catches all the fish. They'll cut it open and sell in Safeway, QFC, Kroger, Walmart. So fish life is very tough.
But
Capture it, cut it
but
open.
like
you can be in a zoo,
pretend that
and the zookeeper would not let people kill the zoo animals.
No, in zoo, maybe 3 or 4 fish are saved, maybe 10 fish. But every day, 1,000,000 fish are caught in the ocean in Houston, and they are shipped to various stores in Dallas.
so pretend if we keep getting the things out like sturgio fish, like whatever fish. If you keep getting them out, that basically means that you're trying to get them it's extinct by themselves.
Yeah, but the point is you cannot control where you will be born. I'll come to the topic of karma later. So based on that, you could be born on a fish in Lake Lavan and you are caught and sold in Dallas supermarket.
True.
So we want to do good karma so that we are at least born as human being next life. Yeah.
Yeah, be vegetarian.
Or better to be vegetarian because of that reason, right? Because if you eat an animal, we might be born as that animal in their next life. If you
True.
Right? Or if you do good karma, you could be born as Harrison Ford in your next life and become a Hollywood star. So it depends. Based on the type of karma you do, you can come to a good body or a bad body.
Yeah.
Or if you do very bad karma, you will be born as a snake. When you see a snake, you say, oh, snake is so cute. Let me go kiss it. Will you kiss the snake?
No.
You're going to take a stick and beat it till death. Right?
I seen the show Man vs. Wild, they kill a snake and eat it.
Yeah.
It was
Because
so
if you do lot of sin, lot of papam, then you are born in the body of a snake.
I mean, that's what they have to do.
Worm and then someone cuts in half of you, you'll still be alive because it has 5 lives. So if you cut it 5 times or 6 times, die.
Yeah, earthworms, when you cut them into two, both of them separate. So there's a new soul that is introduced into the body of that broken earthworm, right? But that's not
But
always.
they will.
If a human
They
being
will.
is shot, if a human being is shot and they like shot in the heart and they die, that's it. Or if a human being is cut into two pieces, both halves won't start growing and walking.
But the earthworm will like involve, like involving.
It's not called evolve. There is a new soul that enters the broken part of the body.
It's like earthworm to a beetle.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, my point is you should understand that you want to come back as a human being, not as a donkey or a monkey or a snake or a fish or a lizard, right? People don't respect a lizard. When they see it, they'll call the pest control person and put some chemical to kill the lizard, right? They don't respect
Or
cockroaches.
they'll just cut it off.
Pesticide.
Yeah,
That's bad for the environment.
exactly. So
It
whenever
just
you
shouldn't
see,
be.
whenever you see there is consciousness in every one of these animals, you know that the soul is there. So maybe we were in a body of a donkey before, maybe we were in the body of a monkey before, but now we became human. So only human being can have a Bhagavad Gita class. A donkey or a monkey cannot have Bhagavad Gita class. Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have like cell phones. They can, like, we can just like translate Earthworm's language into our language. It's pretty difficult to
Yeah,
like,
but
translate.
we need to change both of their DNA.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that is why when we have a human form, we have to use it intelligently, wisely, so that we can use the human body to basically get a human body again or get liberation. Means you go back to
Wait.
God and you never take birth again. And then we can play in the God's kingdom.
Wait. So like, what happens like after you die and all those stuff? Like you said that like you can change up to bodies.
Right.
What will happen to the other animals' soul?
Yeah, so other animals, they don't have karma. So when a dog dies, it goes into the next body, which could be that of a cow. When a cow
When
dies,
we die,
yeah, but not.
pretend that we
Yeah.
die and our soul goes into the dog's body. What happened to the dog? What will happen to the dog?
Yeah, so you'll spend your, it's like going to dog's body or a cat's body is like a punishment. So you go there, you stay there for 5-6 years in the dog's body. After you die, then you go into the cow's body. After you die in the body of a cow, then you come into human form, right? So just before becoming human, we were all in the cow's body, like that. So this is called evolution of soul. When you go to high school, you will hear of somebody called Darwin. Darwin says evolution of body. That's not really correct. Really, what is happening is the soul is going from one body to the other body, comes to the body of human. After that, we can become a demigod, devata. Right?
No, I'm saying that pretend I got into the lion's body right here. Okay, and then but then if you get into that body, what will happen to the spirit?
When the soul and spirit are the same. Soul gets in the body of a cow, and then you spend in the body of a cow for like 6-7 years. And then when the cow dies, you go into the body of a human.
I'm saying that what will happen to if I like get in someone's like to a lion's body, what will happen to the lion's soul?
No, you won't get into the lion's body right now. You have to leave this body, your body that looks like an Indian body. And then, I mean, I don't want to say it, but after say 70-80 years, when you die, then the soul goes into the lion's body or something like that. Not now. You're still, I mean, you have reserved this body for the next 70-80 years.
So basically, you have infinity lives.
Yeah, basically we have infinity lives. We never die. Unless, of course, we pray to Bhagavan Krishna so well that he will give us liberation. Means we leave this cycle of going from this body to that body and we go back to our Father Krishna in the spiritual world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Alright.
Bala Prabhu, I don't see your video. Can you start your video? Bala? Oh, yeah, there you go. Good to see you. So, is your son also with you? Oh, very good, very good. So, what is your son's name, Bala? Sorry, what was your name again?
His
Sorry,
mic is
Aryan.
off.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you. I think your mic is off or something like that.
Aryan.
Yeah, now I can hear. Yeah, so what's your name, young boy?
Aryan.
Aryan, very good. So we have Aryan, Anvi, Durga, Dipesh, 4 nice kids.
Yeah.
So, but then you are Aryan, Anvi, Durga, and Dipesh only for this lifetime. Next lifetime, your names will be different. So right now, you're all in Indian bodies. Next lifetime, you could be in American bodies or Chinese bodies. And then your name could be Xing Shang Xing
Nah.
or Pokemon, like that. Like that. Or maybe in Korean body, Devu, Hyundai, like your name will be Hyundai or something like that. Right? So we never die. We have infinite.
No.
So whenever you see presence of consciousness, the soul is there. Whenever you see something which can do thinking, feeling, emotions, not like a robot. You just ask a question, robot, what do you do? I fix nuts, I fix bolts, I fix automobiles, like that. Right? That is not consciousness.
But won't you forget your memory?
Hmm?
Won't you forget your memory? Won't you forget
Yeah,
your memory?
no. See, there are 4 kids on this call, but all 4 of them have different level of intelligence. That's because you had different level of intelligence in your last life. So you don't forget when the soul goes to the next body. When the soul goes to the next body, 3 things go with the soul. One is mind. Second is
So
intelligence.
someone is in my body right now.
No, somebody is not there in your body. You are in your body. That's it.
Yeah, it's basically like your own soul in your own body.
Correct. And then when you go to the next body, you carry your intelligence and mind with you. The soul has a layer, a covering. The covering is called mind.
That's the opposite of what you just said.
Yeah.
Because we're literally going into something else's or someone else's body.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, but sometimes some ghosts enter some people's body and they take over. You know that? You should see a movie called Chandramukhi, Telugu movie called Chandramukhi, in which a ghost enters a different lady's body. You know that? Yeah. But it's very scary movie. I'm afraid of that movie.
I hate horror movies.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Why don't you remember anything from your last life?
Yeah, that's a very good question. There is one guy, I will show you a video.
Hello?
One guy in Chicago, he basically remembered his past life. Let me show you that. I'll pause the recording. And then
Get into someone's body.
yeah.
It's kind of glitchy. Like, it's not, not glitchy, like kind of weird.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Let's get into what you will do with the soul in your body, not thinking about how to get into other people's body and things like that. So if you really look at it, car is like a body and driver is like a soul, right? Without the driver, will the car automatically move?
Teslas can. Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla can, but does Tesla have emotions? Does Tesla have a desire? The owner says, go to Miami. Tesla, the robot in the Tesla will say, sorry, sir, I don't want to go to Miami. I will go to Austin, Texas. Can it say?
Nah, that's
Yeah,
me-
that-
means that it has no soul.
yeah, it has no soul. It is just programmed. Right?
It's programmed because it's electric.
Yeah. So that when somebody dies,
But
right?
what is it the Tesla programmed to listen to? Like what is it like what is it gonna listen to? If it like
Yeah, but
if it's
even then it
programmed,
doesn't have a soul. Even then it doesn't have a soul. Can Tesla do what
Yeah.
it can do? Can Tesla
No.
go and eat a
No,
gobi Manchurian or vegetarian
Jeez.
biryani?
it only eats
no.
cat. It drinks gas, basically.
Yeah, it
it,
cannot do all the
it's
things we
basically
can do.
drink. No, Teslas only drink electric.
Oh,
That's
true.
what it is.
Teslas are not gas. They're electric. I got that.
All right, let's get back to normal. Not anymore.
Yeah, yeah. So this is what it is. You need to
Oh, this is
understand
one.
that unless you have a soul, you cannot really do the things that you do. A Tesla
then-
cannot go to
but
the
then
neighboring
mommy's-
Tesla and say, oh, white Tesla goes to a red Tesla and says, hey, I like your red shirt. Can it say that?
No.
Or Tesla goes to the bathroom and say, okay, my bladder is full, let me go pee pee.
I mean, basically, it's going pee pee. I mean,
No,
I
it
mean-
cannot.
they.
No matter how much you think, you are different than a machine. You are
Like
definitely.
it's basically like while it's driving, it's letting out electricity,
Yeah.
and then
It's
when
just an
it
electric car,
starts,
right? You want it to go to the
basically-
grocery store, it will take you to the grocery store. That's it. Nothing beyond that. Right?
It's
So-
just a car.
Yeah, it's just a car. Because it has no feelings, no desires, no thinking. A dead body does not have feelings, desire, or thinking. A robot does not have feelings, desire, or thinking. Right? There's no movement. There is no consciousness. Same body, but no consciousness. Because the soul is gone,
Gone.
gone, gone, gone. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So now let's chant the mantra.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's chant the mantra. Okay? I will put the mantra on the screen and let's all chant this mantra.
Oh, isn't this Hare Krishna, Hare Rama?
The complete mantra is longer than that.
Oh, but we're not doing the complete, right?
No, we are doing the complete always. The short form doesn't work.
అంతే నీకే చెప్పారు అది వాడే
Okay, let's chant. Say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare.
Rama, Hare.
Okay, now let's start. Repeat 108 times. We'll all do it together. 108 times, okay?
108 times.
Yeah, that is called one Japamala. You see this Japamala? This is like a bead. So this has 108.
I know that one.
Yeah, let's chant, okay? Let's
100.
start. 3, 2, 1, go. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
I
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare
am
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
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 Oh,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
ow!
Hare
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 Rama,
Mm.
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
That's more.
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Can we
Krishna,
stop?
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
oh
Krishna
my
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
my
Rama,
Rama,
God.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
I'm
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
tired.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hmm?
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Very good,
Hare
very
Krishna.
good. You all did it. You did it 108 times. So it is not difficult. It is not impossible. You can do it. Just like people
Well, yeah,
run
that's
marathon,
possible.
right? People run marathon, 10 miles. So this is a marathon chanting of God's names. So when you chant God's names, your soul becomes purified and you become happy. So there is a book that I gave to some of you and your parents.
Yeah, you gave it to me and Ariane. Ariane came. Ariane, you saw us both in real life, right?
Right,
You
right.
saw me and Ariane in real life, right?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
So next week we will cover who is God, okay? This week we covered who is soul, then we covered who is God.
Okay.
We already
That's it.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming. We will all see you next week, same time, 10:30 morning, Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Hare
Wait,
Krishna.
isn't there
So
another Bhagavad Gita class on Friday?